Hello. So welcome back again. So can you check? Go through the page number 93. So if you read page number 93 on the second paragraph, so just like such an awareness is a knower which is determines one pointedly or decisively decisively the phenomena which is its main object to engage, the main object of engagement of, for example, a correctly assuming consciousness realizing the impermanence of a sound is the impermanence of the sound, right? The consciousness one pointedly thinks sound is impermanent. However, it does not get an object with the respects to which superimpositions have been eliminated, or does not eliminate false superimpositions with the respects to its object, and thus it does not realize its object, right? So correctly assuming consciousness is, you never use the logics and so on. So to eliminate superimpositions, you need to use logic, or you need to use experience, right? You got it? So either you have to use the logics or the experience, so to eliminate the superimposition. So correctly assuming consciousness is, you are assuming something which is not through eliminating the superimpositions, right? You're just assuming it as like you're not using logics, proof, and so on. So it means that you didn't realize the subject properly actually. But thing is, you are thinking on that point. The whatever you think is correct. So that is means correctly assuming, right? Whatever you think on the point is actually the correct way. That is called assuming. So you didn't realize the object. You got it? Yeah, that's so superimposition can be before you heard of something. So it can be superimpositions, labeling, any kind of labeling. Yeah, just like some have by innately, by born, you have some kind of thought. It can be one kind of superimpositions, and some can be using bad logic, whatever, right? So now here, if you look for the page number 93 again, some posit a different definition for the correctly assuming consciousness, right? So a controvertible faculty, concordant determinative knower that is determined its own object. So did you got the meaning? What is meant by that? Concordant means it's like how to say? No, it means like you whatever you analyze is going directly correctly towards some point. Timba. Not whatever your thought or whatever you believe is like similar to the reality. It's called concordant. Concordant. You got it? So what do you say? So now here comes with the, you got the meaning. You didn't got the meaning. So controvertible means a mistake in mind, any kind of mistake. Not really just like incontrovertible and controvertible, right? Controvertible over here means for actually whatever is wrong consciousness, assuming wrong or whatever. It's like not understanding the reality properly. This means that you didn't understand the reality. Yeah. So means that consciousness didn't realize the object. It means like that. So concordant means the same meanings. Whatever your thought is similar to the reality is with concordant. So determinative now means you are, how to say, shemba. Now facing problem. So just like whatever your thought, like whatever you believe in something, like I told you sound is impermanent. So you are, how to say, shemba shenrik. You are, how to say, determinative shemba shadu. Yeah, it's dealing with the consciousness, conceptual thought. You are, yeah, conception. It's kind of conception, yeah. So just like you are grasping on something red, it's actually like, and also you are with that grasping, you also think this is the right way. So just like appearance and grasping, right? So you appear something, with that appear, you think that that is the reality. That is called generic. So just like if I give you best example, like illusions, right? Magical, just like they give the turn magical magician turn the woods and stone to the elephant, whatever. From the beginning, there's a one who looks, the one who, how to say the words. No, the people who from the beginning, yeah, the audience, from the point they see the things, horse and that, within that they grasp that truly. That is kind of called the determinative knower. That kind of knower. So just like if I told you sound is impermanent, and you think, oh, sound should be impermanent, without using logic, using the I told you sound is impermanent, because you believe in me. So he told that, so he should be sound is impermanent. You are, how to say, cause yeah, believe on that one view, or sometimes I do so, so the thing is determinative knower that determine its own object. So just like if I talk, sound is impermanent, so give you a sound is permanent. So your thought actually didn't realize the reality, the thesis sound impermanent, right? So it is controvertible faculty, right? And it is also what, concordant, because whatever I say is similar to the reality, right? Then later you also think that should be, without you using logic and so on. That is called the determinative knower. Determinative, yeah. This makes sense? If you meditate, yeah, that's right. You can meditate, of course, any kinds of, just like if you talk about the consciousness, so you have to analyze, right? That is also our meditations. Yeah, analyzing. Yeah, because you are making familiar with the object. Meditation means making familiar with the object. When you analyze means you are, when you analyzing, it means you are making familiar with the object what you are analyzing. So it means meditations. Yeah. No. This is this, there is wrong consciousness. So just like you are right now, what is it? You give. What is it? What is it? That's wrong. Again, wrong consciousness. Correctly assuming means you have to assume what as it was reality. So so this definition makes sense. So how you think this is? I'm talking about the definitions of someone. So this should be rejected. So yeah, this it if it is if those who have this definition, it not necessarily be a correctly assuming consciousness. Any kinds of you can you give example like uh, talking about the doubt that toward the reality, right? So if I say if you have a doubt of sound is impermanent or permanent, or you have some reason, then it must be impermanent, right? You are going towards the reality. You are still in the doubt actually. That doubt have these definitions. You got it? You got? Sorry. What? What happened? Just wait for a minute. So you check for the page number 108. 108. If you look for the 108, the third paragraph. Okay. When doubt consciousness are divided, there are three, right? Tending toward the fact. Okay. And not tending toward the fact. And both equal. So doubt can be divided into three categories, right? You ever thought about that one? You ever thought about that one? Doubt can be three. No. So no, not like equally. It's like equally, just like you are still, you are not how to tending toward the reality or not tending toward the reality. Just like you feel normal. It should be. Yeah, yeah. It it's actually it's yeah, yeah, I know it. Totally indecision. Yeah. What do you say? So so now do you think about the first one tending towards the what fact, right? Tending toward the fact. What kind of, just like I told you, right? Sound is, you have a doubt like sound is permanent or impermanent. It might be impermanent. It means you are tending toward the fact, right? Yeah. Even this is, it's even this is, it is, it is doubt consciousness. So wrong consciousness again, different again. So yeah, you are tending toward the fact. Actually, you are coming toward the reality. Your mind is going toward the reality. If you're tending toward the right, it cannot be a wrong consciousness. You have lots of logic. On that time, no, you have lots of, you use lots of logic right now already. So, oh, no, this doubt, you have doubt, then you use the logic. So just like you have totally wrong consciousness, one pointed totally wrong consciousness. For that, you use the what consequence, right? You remember that one? Then consequence make you doubt. If consequence make you doubt, like what are the consequences? You remember we gone before, right? So like I don't now I so whatever, we go back again. We need to search. So whatever, just like we use the consequence to make you doubt. So if one doubt is tending towards, you already use the logic. You are using logic, lots of logic, right? So you are using logic, then you are going towards the reality. When you understand the thesis properly, then it's inferential, right? So like kind of wrong consciousness that not tending toward fact, like how to say reverse from the fact, away from the fact. And one is in the middle. You don't have any decisions. You don't have any reason for both the sides. Still here you have doubt. And one you have more reasons. Then you are changing towards or tending towards the fact. In equal, in the equal doubt, you don't have what? What do you mean? So just like yeah. I got to myself thought something. Can you tell again? Sorry. Yeah. So right now it's talking about the definition over here. It don't have 8 doors of perversions. You remember, divination and divinendum necessary to have 8 doors of perversions. Oh no. You remember that? You remember that? Oh yeah. So if you don't have, I will just like. Do you remember the 8 doors? If it is what? If it is A is the divinendum, correctly assumed consciousness. Then the definition is B. Okay, whatever, blah blah. So if it is A, it should be if it is necessary be B. If it is B, it necessary be A. This is the first two, right? Then second is like, if it is not A, it necessary not B. If it is not B, it necessary not A. This again 2, right? So the thing is, if A exists, it necessary B exists. If B exists, it necessary A exists. This is again 2, couple 6. Now last is, if A does not exist, right? B does not exist. If B does not exist, A does not exist. These are the 8, right? So this now these definitions and the correctly assuming consciousness, right? So talking about which is the definition, it not necessarily be a divinendum, correctly assumed consciousness. So give example like a doubt tending toward the faculty is tending toward the fact. Sorry, tending toward the fact. Those doubt have this definition. But the doubt is not a correctly assumed consciousness. Talking about that one, right? So if you read the his explanation, you will understand that one, right? So he give. Now you got it. So definitions and divinendum necessary to be have 8 doors of perversions. Yeah, right. So if it is A or B, whatever, you need to have that 8. So the thing is, whatever the definition which have it not necessarily be a correctly assuming consciousness. Talking about a doubt which is tending toward the fact. Just like if I say you have doubt like sound is permanent or impermanent, you say it should be impermanent. So that doubt is tending toward the fact. That have this definition, but that is not a correctly assuming. That is doubt consciousness. You got it? Doubt. So you go through the explanation. However, to refute these definitions, one can put forth the following subject and awareness which, wondering whether the sound is permanent or impermanent, think that is probably impermanent. That is doubt, right? Tending toward the fact, right? This subject is doubt consciousness, but it's fulfilled with the definition of correctly assumed consciousness, which is given by someone, not by our own thought, right? And all conceptual consciousness do this in what correctly in the determining it's determined its object because it is conceptual consciousness. All the conceptual consciousness do this. It's in that all have the conceptual element of thinking. You got it? What is meant by that? It is such and such. It is controvertible for its, because it did not realize. It is controvertible, right? That consciousness is controvertible. You know why? It did not realize the object. reality, still in doubt, right? So he did not realize that. One thing's point is that. Second is, it is conceptual consciousness, so it's not a direct receiver, right? So the and it is a factually concordant, because it is correct, right? The consciousness is correct, right? Towards how to say correct means whatever his doubt is correct. His sound is impermanent, so it's concordant consciousness, right? You got this three. So now you have to check that doubt have is controvertible faculty or not, and it's also a concordant determinate no or not. Then, right, this should be determinate no because it's conceptual. If it is conceptual consciousness, it should be determinative no. Okay, so it's dealing with that. And so talking about the conceptual consciousness and determinative no are how to say equivalent one thing. So then the last one is like what controvertible first, then conceptual consciousness, and faculty or concordant because it's correct assuming. So it's like concordant or not. This three you have to check for this point 3, right? So doubt consciousness fulfilled with the definitions given by someone, but that doubt is not a correct assuming consciousness because it's doubt. You got that? Forget it. Do you understand? Hey, you understand? So over here, how it reject, you have to think things on three point. One is like controvertible faculty. Second is concordant, and what? Yeah, mainly you can think about these two. Yeah, you have to think about that doubt. You know that doubt which is tending toward the fact. You have to think about this doubt is controvertible faculty or not, because it's controvertible because it generally realize the object. And secondly, is you have to think about, is this concordant determinative no or not, right? It is concordant because whatever he thought is similar to the reality, so it's become concordant. So this is that doubt have this definition, but that doubt is not a correctly assumed consciousness.
For clarification, when we're talking about these different wrong consciousness, correctly assuming consciousness, doubting consciousness, this happens to be changeable depending upon the object. So I'm not always a doubting consciousness, although there are plenty of people in the world like that. But it depends upon the object that I'm dealing with mentally. So with the ink pen on my tablet, I'm not having a wrong consciousness, unless it's actually not a pen, and for some reason everything that's in my brain is that's going off on a tangent. Anyway, the point is that these are not descriptors of people throughout periods of their life. It's only a description of the moment of consciousness in regards to an object. Right.
I didn't got you properly. Can you explain? Can you explain?
When we're talking about a wrong consciousness, we're not talking about that the person has a wrong consciousness for everything in their life.
Yeah, that's right.
We're talking about the moment.
Yeah, moment. Yeah, that's right. If you explain in easy way, then I can understand easy. So how this the definition react? Did you got the point, or you got the point? Why it's not a definitions of correctly assumed consciousness? You can say there is no add dose of perversion, right? If it is definition, then not necessarily be a correctly assumed consciousness, because the doubt consciousness tending toward the fact have this definition, but this is not a correctly assumed consciousness.
So basically, in any given moment of perception that we have, in order for us to get to the level or the state of Buddha, we have to strip so many layers of my own impositions, society's impositions.
Yeah, that's right.
So many things. And what's interesting is to talk about it this way, and all this stripping apart to get to the raw information. In education, we actually want to put more information on it. So you think about having a perception neurologically. There's all these neurons that are involved in having a perception. And if we want more details on the information, we have to create more connections to more neurons. So we're actually packing more connections from neuroscience. But then when we're talking about it from the Buddhist perspective, we're having to remove and strip so much away to get back to the rawness.
So
Tango back and forth. What we're doing here is putting more information on top of the thing that we want to strip information from.
yeah.
You still need somebody to fix your car. You still need a surgeon to do something.
Right, what I'm saying is it's an interesting dance.
Yeah.
It is.
I thought about that too. It's like, what if you, because they have, they've done studies. If you don't raise a child with language, they become like feral children, where they're like, barking and making the animal noises they don't know how to pick up after themselves, where there's just no connections in the brain, and the state has to come in and retrain a 13-year-old or a 15-year-old back from scratch.
Imagine what happens when he gets Twitter account. He gets to be the leader of the free world.
So any questions? We stop here, I think. Do you have any questions? Is it hard? It's very hard for me to explain.
Later on, are there proofs and examples?
Yeah, later we have. Yeah, later there's lots of things. You have to right now. You have to think why he reject this one. Why? You have to right now. You have to think why Lati Rinpoche reject these definitions.
He didn't like these definitions?
He didn't like means what do you mean by likes?
You said he rejected them, like he didn't publish?
Refuting, rejecting the definitions. So my wrong word is wrong. The point view, the definition is rejecting. If first, the one thing I will tell you, in both the Tibetan, in Buddhism, Indian or Tibetan, whatever, there's a lot of just like where like normally they give like first they give the other thought, what is the point view of other, then he reject the point, then secondly third he give his own point view, right? Then he also refute the other thought, other debate, whatever someone rejects his point view, then he also give answer to that one. It should be like that, whatever. This is actually way of in Buddhism how we teach the way. So just like we have lots of there's a lot of scholars have their own kind of definitions. There's no standard definitions in one. But the thing is, whether you believe in that definitions, you have to think by yourself. You have to analyze by yourself. Right? These definitions are not just given by some normal people. The scholar they give the definitions. So that's why but still the one scholar reject other view. Just like Indian have lots of kind of like Madhyamika, they have two total view. One reject the other one. Each one reject each on different view, right? On basis of their level, thought. So like that, there's a lot of definitions given by many scholars, but also if you have your own thought, you have to analyze, you have to reject. If you are not argue, how to say, if you not accept that one, then you have to reject. So the way of reject, you have to find out how you prove the reasons and so on.